I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life in plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Oh, come on, Barbie, let's go party, 'cause I'm in a Barbie world.
That was not Johnny Cash. He never sang the lyrics to the song Barbie Girl to the tune of Folsom Prison Blues. That was instead the creation of musician and Texan Dustin Ballard, and one of the more popular selections from his There I Ruined It series, in which, as he puts it, he lovingly destroys your favorite songs. Frankly, sometimes his technological mashups really work well and don't ruin anything at all. And they're examples of ways in which music producers are increasingly using technology, AI included, to change the music landscape. Ballard joins us now, along with Houston area recording engineer and producer Josh Applebee. Dustin, Josh, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Craig. Thanks for having me.
Dustin, how did There I Ruined It begin?
Oh, this was a COVID project, so that would have been about 5 years ago, just something out of musical boredom because my regular band wasn't playing out, and just started tinkering with different ways to put popular songs in the wrong genre or mixing them with songs they shouldn't be mixed with, that sort of thing. And then eventually it kind of evolved into other tools such as AI, like you just played.
Yeah, how has technology like AI tools helped you as you've continued to develop this series of music mashups and setups and so forth?
So the idea was always about just creating this kind of alternate reality where you've got artists singing songs they weren't supposed to sing. And so as soon as I started hearing about AI in the music realm with things like voice cloning coming, I knew I had to figure out how that worked. And so that was kind of exciting for what I was doing. Of course, in other ways, it's horrifying when I hear people using it to create fully AI songs that are out there. So it's kind of a gray area.
Yeah, lots of ethical questions, certainly, in light of all of that. Josh, what are you able to do today on a laptop that may have been impossible 5-10 years ago?
Oh, everything. I mean, the power of computers has it just gets bigger and bigger each year. So I can do a full production on a laptop, and have, where we create the music electronically, or we capture it with microphones and edit, mix, master, all from a laptop. You can do it remotely from anywhere in the world.
Is there software that you found is particularly useful for you in that work?
So there's all kinds of different production software that is really useful. AI tools that have come out recently have really sped up the workflow. So there are plugins out there that allow you to clean up audio. If you're in a noisy environment, they help you, reduce some of that noise signal, which is really fantastic. There's also a lot of generative AI, which is kind of a different thing, and that's where the legally questionable stuff comes in. But it allows you to create sounds that, you may not have the tools to do with an instrument or a microphone, and just to get new ideas in that way. So,
Dustin, what are some of the software, some of the tools that you're using these days that maybe you weren't using just a few years ago?
A lot of probably most of what I make, even when it is AI, is still 90% an old-fashioned human process with microphones and, me doing the singing and the impersonations and all that. I play a number of instruments myself, so it's probably less than you might think just hearing the channel. But definitely the new realm is sort of the AI tools. So that's been fun to play with.
And as you alluded to, it also raises some questions when people are producing full songs and releasing them, and they are AI derived and not actually the artists they purport to be, or not actually it raises all kinds of questions. I remember back in the 80s, everybody up in arms when we found out that the guys that were Milli Vanilli were not actually singing the music they were releasing, that they were lip syncing. That was, a huge outrage then. This is a lot more than that now today, right?
That's right. I mean, I'm kind of old-fashioned anyway. Even when I find out that a song I love wasn't written by the artist, I'm a little bit disappointed. So there's kind of a spectrum of disappointment. Obviously, if you find out something that maybe you like a song on the radio and you find out later it was completely AI. That would probably be very disturbing to learn. And I assume most people don't want to hear fake artists creating music. So yeah, it's something we've grappled with in modern music forever. I mean, I'm a violinist, and when I hear fake strings, even that kind of irks me, but it's getting harder and harder to tell the difference.
Yeah, Josh, where do you see the ethical line between using AI tools that speed up the process of editing and production and engineering and something that this is no longer a creative pursuit in the same way as it has long been?
Well, I think there's room for creativity even with AI, and like Dustin said, these are tools right now. You need a human in the process to make use of those tools. There are websites where you can type in a text prompt and get a fully finished song, and it sounds pretty good. But that's not the same. I think humans still connect by listening to music, playing with musicians in the same room. I don't think that stuff is going to go away.
Well, and to Dustin's point, as he talks about hearing a violin that doesn't really sound like a violin, a lot of this stuff, it may sound as produced as just about anything else out there, but there is an inauthenticity to a lot of it that doesn't sound right in my ears.
It reminds me of the raw recording versus an MP3. You lose some information in that conversion process, and the AI generated stuff has some of that where it's the same as the pictures. You can look at the pictures and tell that they're not quite real, but it's getting harder and harder to tell. But as far as audiences, I think audiences are gonna like what they like, whether it's AI generated or not. And us as music creators and producers, we have a new set of tools that we can learn to use and create new things that we couldn't do before, and that'll be really exciting to see what people do with it.
Dustin, is there anything you wish you could do right now that hasn't been developed yet, or do you feel like you've got all the tools necessary to do all that you can think of to do?
I mean, I always wish I were a better musician. And then I also look at people like Josh that are the professionals, and I'm just amazed at what you can do with all these tools, because there's more tools out there than you could ever even discover. So I just sort of learn what I need to, and I'm always trying to keep my mind open and eyes open to different technologies.
Josh, anything you wish you had access to you don't at the moment?
I'm waiting for technology to get to the point where I can clone myself and have my AI personality do all the work.
All right,
I don't think we're there yet.
No, you may have to wait a while on that one. Josh Applebee is a recording engineer and producer based here in Houston. Dustin Ballard is a Texas-based musician and creator of the There I Ruined It series. Thank you both very much.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you.